Hello and welcome back to Ruben Uncut. Today I'm going to be reacting to some Ben Shapiro because apparently this is all the new rage with trad cons is to release ridiculous music videos. I haven't seen this yet. I have no idea what's coming. I know it's apparently made with Tom MacDonald, wait a minute, who the fuck is Tom MacDonald? Hold on a second. Sorry, I gotta Tom MacDonald. He looks like if Post Malone just got kicked out of a hair metal band. Let's see here. He's a Canadian rapper, songwriter, and former professional wrestler. He first rose to prominence with the release of his song Dear Rappers. What? Hold on, I'm sorry. I gotta know what Dear Rappers is about. Public Image. Writer for Vice Drew Millard described MacDonald as turgid and wrote that he rose to fame by taking the undercooked platitudes of the intellectual dark web and filtering them into songs, adding that he can feel like an unstoppable force of reactionary dumbness. Ariana Thompson of Inked described MacDonald as one of the most divisive personas hip-hop has ever seen, and wrote that his right-wing fan base clings onto every word he utters. In a Rolling Stone profile, MacDonald said he wants to show people I'm not just some brainwashed right-wing zombie. Well, I gotta be honest with you, man. Doing this album with Ben Shapiro is certainly not going to change that. Although, no. I was gonna say I've become a very strict person in terms of the usage of the word right wing recently. I actually don't think that all conservatives are right wing. And if you're a right wing libertarian, get the fuck out. You don't make any sense. There's nothing about you that makes sense. Right? Because just so libertarians are aware, the word right wing comes from the French Revolution. And it literally means that you believe that there should be a superior class of people, that you believe there should be a hierarchy to society. And if you believe that, I don't understand how you can be libertarian. Like when I hear a libertarian say that they're monarchists, my first thought is, you understand that's a government, right? Like it doesn't make sense. It is the most asinine thing I've ever heard of. But I'm wasting time trying to find out who Tom MacDonald is because I don't listen to reactionary right-wing rap. Oh, that's all our words, though. Reactionary right-wing rap. Maybe that could be a new tongue twister. But let's move along. Find out what the fuck is going on. All right, before we even get into it, let's see what their shirts say. I don't care if I offend you, Hangover Gang. It's hilarious because I think I haven't heard the song yet, but my understanding is that Ben Shapiro is going to reference a rap song that he found offensive. And by that I mean WAP. And don't get me wrong, it's totally okay if you're offended by WAP. That's a thing. You can be that. But, you can't act like being offended's not a thing, or that only certain types of people are offended because you were offended, Ben. All right, Ben's got something that says facts don't care about your feelings, and it looks like it's made to look like the Dare logo, except without the periods in between each of the words. Oh, Ben, but Ben, you also don't give a shit about facts because you, like everybody else, are just, trying to form your own worldview and don't care how incoherent it is. But let's see what this actually is.
They call me offensive, controversial. There's only two genders, boys and girls. They can't cancel my message because I'm the biggest independent rapper in the whole friggin' world.
I'm not gonna waste my time verifying whether or not he is the biggest independent rapper in the whole world. That seems like a waste of my time. But right off the gate, okay, well, first of all, he's in front of a lot of CRT TVs. Now, if I was a conspiracy theorist, I would start being like, that's now you see they stuck that in there to tell you about the CRT, critical race theory. Maybe that's why it's there. I don't know. It's an interesting background for this, I don't know what they're trying to say exactly. Tom MacDonald fella here, he's coming out strong, being like, I don't care if I'm offensive, talking about two genders. Which, like, the thing about that whole thing is, though, is that, like, the average person doesn't care. The average person does not care. Like, for the average person, hearing that other people have, like, believe in, like, 20-something genders, they don't care because they haven't really met a ton of those people unless they spend too much time online. And the thing is that people who complain about it are people who are offended by the idea that there are more than one gender. So, like, yeah, like I could bring up the fact that in the ancient Israelites, or the Hebrew people, whatever we want to call them, believed in 6 genders. And I could get into that right now, but I'm not going to waste your time. But the fact of the matter is that you can look it up. You can look it up. It's really easy information to find. They had 6 different genders. They all stood for different things. Just saying. To be fair, one of their genders was eunuchs. But still, like, it's funny that he'd be making this with a conservative Jewish man.
I'm racist, yeah, right. I'm not ashamed because I'm white. If every Caucasian's a bigot,
So, like, what does it mean, though? I'm not ashamed because I'm white. Like, what does that mean, though? Because, like, the honest answer here is that white is a multi-ethnic umbrella term that lumps all white ethnicities into one group. Now, we have a reason historically that we do that for Black people, because the reality is that Black people are not inherently all the same Black ethnicity. But the reason we do that is because no records were kept of what tribes they were originally stolen and kidnapped from. So they end up in this umbrella term of Black because we don't have another term. We don't know specifically what their ethnicities are. Meanwhile, you have white people who have essentially traded their original ethnicities for the umbrella term of white, because that makes racists feel better about things. Because you see, that's the real thing here. I'm white. I get that. But, like, what does that mean? What does it mean beyond my skin color? Like, the reality is that my heritage is largely Celtic, Gaelic, Welsh. Supposedly there's some French in there, but, like, these are not the same ethnicities. These countries don't have a lot in common, and at numerous points these countries try to essentially kill each other off. Like, what does that mean?
Yes, every Muslim's a terrorist, every liberal is right. I don't want to talk to folks who don't get it. Go woke, go broke, no hope, it's pathetic. Pro-choice, pronouns, pro-love, you're progressive. But you ain't pro-gun, no one to protect it. Wear the American flags.
Okay, so I'm just going to throw this out here. Liberals generally don't like guns. But, like, the more people I meet on the left, the more I'm seeing people fucking like guns. I know so many people who are on the left who like guns. And a lot of the content creators, like, I don't currently follow any content creator who is truly anti-gun. Now, to be fair, some of this comes from the right muddying the waters around gun laws. You see, because they want you to think that responsible gun control is the same thing as us taking your right to firearms away. But that's not what reasonable gun control is. That's not what common sense gun control is. The reality is that if you spell out the actual policies that most people on the left or liberals want for guns, they are reasonable to the majority of people, including members of the NRA. But if you just say gun control, that is a word that has been tainted by the right to make them think about you showing up with the police at their door, taking their weapons. And that's not what that is. And in fact, even countries that have banned guns didn't do it that way.
Where the American flags at? Remember when people would hang those? They've been taken down, they all been replaced with BLM flags or a rainbow.
I've seen houses with both. I've seen houses with both the Pride rainbow flag and the American flag. Seen them both. Seen them up there together. Also, why the fuck do you care? If people can put a goddamn Confederate flag on their house, I think they can have a goddamn rainbow. Okay, brother? Confederate flags are literally the flags of people who wanted to destroy America. The people who came closest to destroying America were those people. And yet, because we live in the land of the free, people are openly display what would in other countries be questionable, borderline treasonous messaging. Welcome to America. I appreciate your rights, but maybe you should stop being a dumbass about them.
This ain't money, cars and clothes. We ain't selling drugs, we ain't gonna overdose. We ain't pushing guns, ain't promoting stripper pose.
If you don't do drugs, explain all those face tattoos. Does anyone who doesn't do drugs get face tattoos? Did you used to do drugs? You were in wrestling. I feel like you used to do drugs.
We won't turn your sons into thugs.
Also, we are 30 seconds in. We are nearly 40 seconds in, and I still haven't seen Ben Shapiro. Very disappointing.
Your sons into thugs or your daughters into hoes. I don't care if I offend you.
Oh God, that's the chorus. I don't care if I offend you, isn't it? Tom, you're so fucking triggered right now. Like you literally you went on a rant about everything that offends you, and now you're acting like you are here to offend other people. The lack of self-perspective is amazing.
You can cry and you can scream, you can riot in the streets, you defunded the police, now there's no one to protect you.
First of all, the police have not been defunded. The police have literally not been defunded. There have been a few, first of all, also that type of thing happens on a local level. It has been done on a local level in a couple areas of America with varying results. Mostly actually negative. Because the reality is that the problem is more complicated than just taking money away from the police. Now, in fairness, the police don't seem to use their money well, because instead of making sure that they are more equipped to deal with certain types of emergencies, they spend it on military surplus. Like, what the fuck, police? But that's besides the point. The point is that the thing he's describing barely happened. It was not on any federal level, and no major Democratic candidates actually did it. I asked myself, what would Ben do? Hear that, Ben? You just replaced Jesus as him for him. You actively replaced Jesus for Tom MacDonald. He's not saying what would Jesus do. He's saying what would you do, Ben? You actively led this man away from Christ. I hope you're happy with yourself, Ben. Borderline satanic, Ben. Shake my head at you, you false idol.
Let's just keep it real facts. Don't care how you feel, man. If you want my pronouns, I'm the man who don't respect. Let's look at the stats.
Technically, a man is a pronoun. Can be used as a pronoun.
I've got the facts. My money like Lizzo, my pockets are fat. Homie,
so, of course, Ben is not above, posturing for materialism.
epic. Don't be a whap. Dog, it's a yarmulke, homie, no cap. Look at the grass. Look at my
These are the nerdiest lyrics I've ever heard. Oh, but maybe that's why he doesn't mind being a false idol. Actually, wait, that's in the 10 Commandments, Ben. If you're his idol, you're getting satanic up in here, Ben. Also, Ben, did you know about the 6 genders thing?
You're blowing money on strippers and cars. You go into prison, I'm on television. Dogs, no one knows
Who's going to prison? Who is that a reference to? Is he just talking about rappers? What's going on?
who you are. Keep hating on me on the internet. My comment section all woke Karens. And I make racks off compound interest. Y'all live with your parents. Nikki, take some notes. I just did this for fun. All my people.
Did he just rhyme Karens with parents? I mean, I guess that's an acceptable rhyme, but Jesus.
People download this, let's get a Billboard #1. This ain't rap, this ain't money, cars and clothes. We ain't selling drugs, we ain't gonna overdose. We ain't pushing guns, ain't from.
Wait, this is the chorus? Or is this a bridge? It's feeling like a chorus right now because you're just repeating. What the fuck? This is the chorus? We won't turn your sons into thugs or your daughters into hoes. But like, you might turn them into reactionaries. And reactionaries are hypothetically as dangerous as thugs because reactionaries are on the path to radicalization. So there's that. I honestly, you know, I really hope my daughters don't grow up to be hoes. But like, I would still find it easier to deal with than them growing up to be right-wing reactionaries. That's not a future I want for my kids. Just to be clear, I'm making a point semi-ironically. I want to make that clear. See, being a dad also prevents you from being as funny as you could be sometimes. It's really tragic. I don't care if I offend you. I was playing to upset you. You can cry and you can scream. You can riot in the streets. You defunded the police. Now there's no one to protect you. I hope I offend you. I ask myself, what would Ben do? So far, I'm not offended. And there's a few reasons for this. For like, everything they're saying is very old at this point. Like, I am desensitized to right-wing people saying most of this stuff. Like, at a certain point, it just feels like you're saying the lie over and over and over and over again until it becomes facts. And like, because that's what the right does. That's what the right does all the time. Is they just say a thing so often that people assume it has to be true. And it's the worst. It's very frustratingly bad. Let's just keep it real facts. Don't care how you feel, man. That was the creepiest smile I've ever seen. Finally got this image. Is he straight up looks like a pedophile. I'm just gonna throw that out there. And I'm not even talking about the face tattoos and even his weird ass veneers. I mean the way he's looking at me right now. Like if someone looked at your kids that way, you would not want it. You would not be cool with it. You know, back in my day, you could tell when somebody had an alternative left-wing opinion because they'd look like this guy. But nowadays, a person can have a full face tattoo and what? I think Reagan was cool. We're living in the dark ages, people. The conservatives have stolen our aesthetics. And if you want my pronouns, I'm the man who don't respect you. You mad, you mad, you mad. I guess it's cool to be the victim, well, I'ma be the man. This video feels like you're mad. So, I mean, I get it. Ben Shapiro probably gets a lot of comments from people pointing out the fact that he's a piece of shit. So he probably just has this opinion that, like, anything he does can make people mad. And on this individual level, there's something to be said for that. Statistically, there's going to be someone who finds you offensive. That's just a matter of numbers. I guess it's cool to be the victim. Well, I'ma be the man. You said. In what way, though? In what way? Like, is everyone who's angry a victim? Like, is that a thing? Are you know what's funny is that if you read any of Ayn Rand's books, technically speaking, the whole conceit is that like all of Ayn Rand's heroes are essentially flawless. They don't make mistakes. They are betrayed by other people. They are always the victims of someone else's actions against them because they are always right. And the thing is, if you're always right, then the only way you can ever fail is if someone else has victimized you. So conservative philosophy is really inconsistent, is what I'm saying. But like, is this just intended to be towards Ben Shapiro's haters? Like everything they're saying, I'm ready to fall asleep. Because it's like, okay, you sound like an old man's Facebook post. Like what is this what you want to sound like, kids? Your grandpa's Facebook? Do you think that's hip and cool to sound like your grandpa's or weird uncle's Facebook posts? Because this is what they sound like. Obviously without a beat to it, but you know, it's Facebook. You just try to get attention, being triggered's all you have. You mad. So like, this is literally a song about the idea that people might be offended by what you're doing. So you make a song in hopes of offending these people about the thing that you are doing. And what's the thing that you are doing? Well, it's complaining about them. You are literally proving that they live in your head rent free right now. Like I'm not out here making a rap song with Tom MacDonald about what a dweeb Ben Shapiro is. Oh man, should I learn to rap so I can make a rap about how Ben Shapiro is a dweeb? Oh man. How is there less than a minute left in this? Actually, I'm really disappointed. This is not nearly as interesting as I thought it would be. It's actually incredibly bland. The concepts that they're putting out are just regurgitations. He dissed Lizzo and Megan Thee Stallion there, but like, wait, is that who made WAP? I don't know. I don't listen to music.
You blame everybody else for every problem that you can. You said, you said, you said, I will never say I'm sorry, I ain't taking nothing back. I don't care if I offend you.
I am not offended that a man who looks like he would sell me a sheet of blotter acid has a rap song where he is just repeating old conservative memes. This is like they haven't actually done anything that would offend me yet. I understand what they're going for. They think that these are all the pressure points to trigger a conservative. But like I already know Ben Shapiro thinks all these things. Like it would be meaningless for me to say that I find any of this interesting, new, or I mean, technically it's offensive, but I am not offended because this just sounds like noise now. These are the things you always say, Ben. You keep saying the same things over and over and over again. At a certain point, I'm just gonna be like, yeah, no, that's what Ben Shapiro fucking thinks. I don't know. He's a douche.
I was playing to upset you. You can cry and you can scream. You can riot in the streets. You defunded the police. Now there's no one to protect you. I hope I offend you. I ask myself what would Ben do. Let's just
Wait, how much of the fucking song is just this? I mean, my God. Did you write? How are there this many choruses and like 2 verses? What the? Ben only rapped once so far and the song's almost over.
keep it real facts. Don't care how you feel, man. If you want my pronouns, I'm the man. I'm the man who don't respect you.
Oh my God. Oh my God. That was profoundly disappointing. Like, honestly, Jordan Peterson's music video was better because, you know, it had shit in it. He was trying to do a thing. It was unhinged, which actually the unhinged nature of Jordan Peterson's music video already makes it more interesting. This was just boring. This is literally boring. I am more offended that I wasted my time recording this. It's just Tom MacDonald, a guy who looks like reject Post Malone, a guy who looks like he should be at Burning Man, rapping in front of CRT TVs, which could be a subtle subliminal message to critical race theory, but honestly, nothing here was interesting or smart enough to make me think that they would even go there. And the CRT TVs had fucking Ben on them. I made Ben the background. Do you understand my disappointment? Ben, you rapped for 1 line. This isn't your music video. This is Tom MacDonald's music video featuring Ben Shapiro. I mean, I guess that's actually technically accurate. Let me look at that thing again. Does it say? Let's see here. I'm not going to waste time showing you. No, it does say Tom MacDonald featuring Ben Shapiro. So, okay, that's fair. That's fair. But, like, Ben, I mean, like, I wonder how many takes it took for him to get that. I mean, he can talk fast. I don't know if that necessarily means that he can rap. But just, like, this is part of the reason I recorded this is because I noticed over the weekend that this was kind of blowing up over the internet. But like at the end of the day, like why? I mean, it's funny that Ben Shapiro would even do this, but like once you get over the novelty of that, like it's just nothing. It's just nothing. Like it's just so ridiculously bland from like beginning to end. It doesn't even like do anything interesting visually. It doesn't like maybe like if it's making fun of someone else's video that I haven't seen, sure, whatever. But I don't know that it is. Like that, he's just on that stupid little stage in front of them little CRT TVs the whole time. Like I was going to try and break down the visuals, a thing I should have done better for the Jordan Peterson video, but there weren't any fucking videos. And visuals. There were no fucking visuals. It's just Tom MacDonald dancing on that stage, like a weird go-go dancer stripper, talking about how he's offensive and how he hopes to defend you or whatever, doing that same goddamn chorus over and over again. And like, it's like, was there a third verse? I don't remember. That was, I can't even truly say that it was terrible because it wasn't crazy enough to truly be terrible. It's the blandness of it. The video is neither good enough to be good nor bad enough for me to go, holy shit, yeah. Like it's neither of these things. It's literally just, oh, Ben Shapiro's in a rap video. He makes fun of Lizzo. Ha! Yeah, for like one verse. He doesn't even join the chorus. And the video is like 60% chorus. What a shocking disappointment. Wow, that was fucking nothing. I didn't need this video for my show. I wouldn't even post it. Damn this demand for content. Hopes to move up the stupid algorithm. What a huge waste of time. What a huge... Ben Shapiro's music video with Tom MacDonald is a waste of everybody's time. Annoyingly, most of all, mine. Thank you for joining me on Ruben Uncut. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe on YouTube. Like and subscribe, comment, share, all that jazz. If you enjoy, or you can follow me on Spotify or wherever else you get your podcast, currently available on 7 platforms that I'm aware of. Although I have found my show on platforms I did not agree to have it on, but that's part of having an RSS. That's fine. Just a thing. But also, yeah, if you want to contact the show, you can email me at rubenuncut@gmail.com. Or you can do like what most people do and just leave moronic comments on my YouTube pages. Anyways, thank you for tuning in. Have a wonderful whatever, whenever, wherever you are.